Welcome back to Vlogtober. I did take, oh gosh, how many days this has been technically since I picked up the camera? Probably bits and pieces of the last couple of days I've taken, but not anything that's like a cohesive vlog since probably Thursday. And oh yeah, Thursday, that makes sense because when Aunt Flo showed up, I was not feeling it. I have noticed that I get very quiet and just inwardly focused, and not in like a oh it's all about me kind of way, but just like I just want to be. I don't really want to interact with the internet. I don't really want to interact with camera. I don't really want to interact with people. And I actually did a lot of people interaction over the weekend. So I just needed to put the camera down for a few days, and that was fine. I ended up with a slightly jacked up vlogging schedule anyway due to the shipping issues that I talked about in previous vlogs. But we're here now and we're back in action, and it is still Vlogtober. Today is Tuesday, October 18th, and I have a really busy day today. If you notice, I'm still in my pajamas. My real classy pajamas. Y'all, these are the Soma pajamas that I got and from Soma Intimates. They are a company under the same brand as White House Black Market, which you guys may or may not know is actually one of my favorite places to buy clothes. Yes, it is expensive, but I find that it is a brand that caters to the curvier woman, not in like the plus size woman, but in like the woman who has curves. You know how there are some stores that like everything kind of feels boxy and straight, and then there are stores where everything caters to the curves. I feel like White House Black Market is one of those places, and Soma Intimates is actually their a brand that's under their umbrella, along with Chico's, I believe. And I have been wearing, you guys might have noticed, nonstop. I wear this, some iteration of these pajamas, and they have been absolutely wonderful. So why am I still in my pajamas? It is actually not even 9 o'clock yet, so I'm feeling really good. I got up at 6:45 this morning and have actually been sitting and getting things done. I'd never hit publish on my Moxie Life review crew video, which was supposed to go live this morning. So I did that. I got that all set and ready to go. And then I sat down and did Bible study, like actual legitimate Bible study. This is the Bible study. This is by Max Lucado, and it is Life Lessons from Acts. And this is actually the Bible study that we are going through in our small group. And tonight is really exciting because we are hosting small group. So we're going to be having 5 other couples come over, I think, and it'll be great. We're going to cram ourselves into our living room that is not necessarily, or might be 4 other couples because one of them's on vacation. But either way, there's going to be like 10 of us in our living room. Gracie's going to be beside herself, and it's going to be great. We've spent the weekend cleaning up the house and things like that, and today I have to put the final touches on that. I want to run the vacuum cleaner. I want to make sure all of the clutter in my office, in the bedroom, not that they go in our bedroom, but like, you know, we just want to, if the door is open, we want to make sure, because the bedroom door is attached to the living room, which is where we'll be, make sure the room looks presentable, make sure everything is just squared away. So I do have some housewifing to do today, and I've got a workout to do today, and it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a busy day. It's going to be a good day, and I'm very excited, and I'm excited to be back with you guys after a brief hiatus. And yeah, shall we go have a Tuesday? Breakfast this morning is a pumpkin bagel with pumpkin cream cheese from Trader Joe's. My favorite. I picked up 2 packages of the pumpkin cream cheese this year because whenever I go back, they're always gone, and it's just so good and so delicious. But fear not, to make sure all of my macros remain balanced, I'm also having a Fairlife shake. So it's a slightly heavier hitter in terms of calories, but everything ends up being really nicely balanced between these 2 things. So I'm going to sit down and enjoy this, and then it is time to get to work. Lunch today is tuna salad. This is one of the really large cans of tuna. That's 190 calories and like 42 grams of protein. I've got 2 tablespoons of Primal Kitchen mayo in here, dill pickle relish, Dijon mustard, and a splash of soy sauce. And then I have 2 slices of the wild grain olive oil ciabatta bread. This bread is amazing. On point. If you want to try wild grain, I highly recommend seeing if you can get some of this in there. It's so good. And then CSA organic red peppers as a vegetable. Okay, so the lighting is really weird because it's that time of day where we can literally like get the sun streaming in the windows. So everything's weird, but the living room is clean. We're going to move Gracie's blanket. We've got a candle going. Oh, have I showed you our little Halloween setup? I don't think I have. So this is the pumpkin that we got at that glass pumpkin display that was like $85. But it's beautiful and it felt more Halloween-y, so we paired it with this thing because we felt like that was right, you know? And then this, when we were out and about doing fall-like things at the Arboretum and then went to the Apple House, we got 2 white pumpkins. So we've got the Cider Lane candle going. We've got that. We've got this little display happening on our kitchen table. Again, the lighting is absolutely awful. And then tonight, instead of baking something, because Halloween is coming before our next visit, I was like, let's have a Halloween themed thing so we can bust out one of our serving trays. So I went and got Halloween candy. That it was like a mixed pack of all of this, that anything that won't be eaten tonight we can use for trick-or-treaters when they come / eat ourselves. And we've got like vanilla or white chocolate Kit Kat bars. And we've got, of course, Reese's Bats and Pumpkins. Amazing. And then we've got like these Witch's Brew ones, which have like marshmallow flavored coating on them. I have tried one of these. They're very good. And then Hershey's Cookies and Cream. And then my husband's 1 bag of mallow creams that he asks for every year. So we got the pumpkin mallow creams. And then I found these caramel apple mallow creams. Y'all, if you like mallow creams, these are actually really, really solid. Very good. Would recommend. So that's our little platter for people we have coming over for small group tonight. Just little noshes. The kitchen, clean. It's beautiful. Look at that countertop. Oh, immaculate. And then, of course, we finally, after living here for 3 years, finally got that thing hung. We got a nail on the wall, so now I can hang things in this otherwise very empty space. And there is our other white pumpkin, along with these 2 leaf-shaped doilies that I never know what to do with. So we have just a little picturesque thing happening here. And then we have a little peanut who has no idea what's coming. Right? Hi, babe. Good morning, happy Wednesday. Yesterday got away from me. My hair is a hot mess because I literally spent the whole day. Again, it's one of those things. How is it that we have no children and we are relatively clean people, and yet there's always so much housework for me to do? I can literally do it all stinking day. But the good news is, after I did that all day, like I did the extensive tidying, as you saw yesterday, made sure everything was in its place. Everything looks so neat. My appliances got wiped down and cleaned. Everything looks great, including my office. My office is the cleanest it has been in quite some time. And that feels really, really good. And the good news is, because I did that, I don't have any chores to do today. I have a load of towels in the dryer that need to get folded. That's it. That's the only chore I have to do today, which is amazing because A, I'm tired. I don't know why. I didn't even work out yesterday. I got all of my steps in from just doing the housework and getting ready and all of those things. And I was so wiped by the end of the night, but it was a wonderful experience. We had 2 couples and a half a couple. The husband of one couldn't make it, but the wife still came anyway. We had 2 couples that were out that from traveling and jet lag and whatever, and it was fine. So we had a smaller group yesterday, but it was still lovely to invite these couples into our home. And all 3 of them, I think we're about 10 years older than all of them. So we were the adults in the room last night, you know what I mean? Early and mid-20s kids came over last night. And it is so cool to be able to chat. We barely know these people. We've only gotten together 3 other times before. And so last night we actually spent some time chatting, trying to get to understand, like, hey, what do you do for work? How are you feeling? Whatever, things like that. And just kind of getting to know them a little bit better. And then we studied the Bible. We did the reflections we were in Acts chapter 3 yesterday. And it is so cool and fun and spiritually fulfilling to be able to get together with other people and discuss the Bible, like in depth. We talked about what it feels like to be a Christian right now, what it must have been like to be one back then, the boldness of the Holy Spirit and how we are supposed to share our journeys and what's holding us back from doing that sometimes, and like really solid, in-depth, spiritual Christian conversation, which felt so good. And then the coolest part, y'all, the church that I attend is big on praying. Big, huge on praying. On Sunday, we were prayed for like a bajillion times. I was prayed for like a bajillion times. We pray before everything, which is right? Like you're supposed to talk to God and everything. And so like they're big on praying. But what we do in small group is we actually every week we go around the circle and talk about our prayer requests. And I'm obviously not going to share any of them with you because they are very private and they are just in the circle. And then we text them out to the group thread, and then we go around and we pray for each other. So like I'll take, you know, and it however the Spirit moves you, but like you have the list on your phone of everybody's prayer requests, and then as we're praying, you pick the couple you want to pray for and you lift their prayers up to God in front of the group and everything. And it's such a powerful and meaningful thing, and I'm so glad we are finally in a small group. It feels really good. But yesterday got away from me in terms of vlogging because all I was doing was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, which is hilarious because I didn't have that much to do. It felt like I didn't have that much to do. But the excitement and not anxiety is not the right word, but it was just the oh my goodness, people are coming, I want it all to be nice and blah, 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 blah. This was the largest group of people we have had in this house since the 3 years we have lived here. And it was 5 people that came over. And it was the biggest group that we've had because the largest amount of people that have ever been to our house was when my mom and Christina, my sister, and Alice visited. So that was like 2.5 people. Because Alice was what, like 3 at the time? So yeah. So it was exciting and it was nice and it was fun. And then today, it is currently 11 o'clock. I have gotten up. I started a new book this morning, The Lost Apothecary, which is a book I wanted to read because it had kind of like a Halloween-y October vibe to it. I started that. So far, really enjoying that. Had some breakfast, and then I'm like, I'm going to work out, all that jazz, and I promptly came upstairs and realized that my big task for today was to do my Christmas and birthday wish list, because that's what we do in our family, right? So we do, my birthday is on November 14th. So I only have to send out a what I want once a year, and it's for my birthday and for Christmas. And because of, since getting married, we split our holidays, we have to have Christmas shopping for one side of the family done by Thanksgiving because we celebrate it when we're there visiting for Thanksgiving. So this year we are going to be in Chicago for Thanksgiving. And so we're actually going to be celebrating Christmas on Thanksgiving, which is actually going to be a really great video for Vlogmas Day 1 because I tend to start Vlogmas on Thanksgiving and just be like, hey, here's what's going on. And so that'll be great because we'll actually be celebrating Christmas as well. So I've been sitting for the last like hour and a half, 2 hours, putting together a Christmas list. And my Christmas lists are very thorough because I have specific things I want, like products from Lush and specific like beauty and skincare things. So what do? I provide links to everything so there's no question as to what the item is. There's a new brand that I want to try that has like some, oh gosh, what is it? $50 cashmere sweaters called Quince. And so they have a couple of really nice and like organic cotton stuff. So I'm like, I want to try them. I love the Soma Intimate stuff. So I put some links to specific sets of pajamas that I wanted, things of that nature. But then my wish list was also very much filled with like fun foodie things. Because in actuality, if I didn't get a single thing on my wish list this year, I would be lacking for nothing. There is not a single thing that I'm like, you know what I need for Christmas this year. That's not entirely true. The one thing that I really want for Christmas this year is something that if I get it, it's gonna be my husband's responsibility to get it for me, and that is a walking pad for right over there in my office so I can take step breaks in between working and stuff like that. So that, and I want a calf massager. So I need all y'all's help. I need your help. Brianna's wish list help. Comment down below. Major thing that I want, / need, arguably, is I want a foot and calf massager. I've been having so much foot pain and calf tightness and whatever, but like, you know, like the big heavy duty ones where like you stick your foot in there and it like compresses and squeezes and shiatsus you and all of those things, like the heavy duty foot and calf massager. Do you have one? Do you have one that you like? Give me links, DM me, put it in the comments, whatever the case may be. But the other thing I sent out to my my side of the family, I was like, look, it's the year of, if you find something that feels like Brianna, do that instead. I'd be much more interested in something that you felt called to on my behalf rather than like just meticulously picking things off of a list I provide for you. Because that's where I'm at this year. I was like, we're gonna be exchanging gifts for Thanksgiving. So if you see like a fun advent calendar that says, you know what, Brianna would love that, go for that, because I'll have it in my possession before the advent calendar days start, right? And I also put on my list this year, like any fun foodie type things, like things that I wouldn't typically buy myself. And a couple of examples that I gave was like gourmet chocolates. And I listed 2 brands specifically. One was Comparde's chocolate bars. I don't know if you've heard of those. Stupidly expensive chocolate bars. I think they're made in California, but the flavors sound so fun. It's high-end chocolate. Something that I wouldn't necessarily buy for myself, but I really want to try, you know? And then there's another brand called like The Dessert Co., DSRT, that make like inch-thick chocolate bars that are stuffed with things. Again, something that I probably wouldn't necessarily buy myself, but I'm dying to try. I also wrote down like gourmet, fun balsamic vinegars and olive oils for me to like level up my cooking. I want to do some more, level up the clean cooking in my kitchen. So like I kind of want to try my hand at like making my own salad dressings and dips and things like that in the future once we get home from holiday travel. And so it would be really fun to have like infused olive oils and high-end balsamic vinaigrettes, maybe in different flavors, to try to make all of these things with, right? So I put things down like that. And like anything else that is super fun and exciting and different, spices, things that, whatever, like foodie gifts. So again, if you have any suggestions for me, please leave them in the comments down below, because this is exactly the kind of stuff that's like special, specific, small brands that I probably have never heard of. So if you have any ideas, any brands you really like that's like of the fun, foodie, high-end gifts that like perfect to give somebody but not necessarily something you'd buy for yourself, let me know, because I would really like to have some ideas, you know? So that's what I've been doing for the last couple of hours. And I finally got something sent out. Happy day. And I'm hungry again. I've been so hungry lately. I don't know what that's about. I do know what that's about. I've been thinking about it for a while, but I might adjust my calories a little bit and eat a little bit more food, because right now this low calorie life is not working for me. So that's neither here nor there. That's something I need to think about. I'll get back to you. I have another thing that's related to diet that I want to talk to you about a little bit later. But for now, I'm going to go have a snack and then I'm going to go work out. Can we just take a second and acknowledge the fact that I put a little bit of makeup on my face? Although in this viewfinder, you can't really tell. But in an effort to actually do what I say I'm going to do and put a little bit more effort into my appearance, my hair is straight. Granted, my hair was straight yesterday, but I dry shampooed that sucker instead of just like washing it and letting it dry all willy-nilly and whatnot. Like, my hair is still done and I put on a little bit of makeup and feeling good. And I'm not in pajamas. I'm in comfy clothes, but I'm not in pajamas. Might be game night. Might be game night. But I did the thing. I took 15 minutes, if that, put makeup on my face, and now I'm like, you know what? You're put together. Good job. I have a coworker. I didn't even know that she was in here. I had no idea until I sat down and turned around. She was even present. You hanging out with Mama today? That's very nice of you. All right, so it is the next day, but it's still going to be the previous day's vlog, because here's what happened. Other than the day getting away from me and me not picking up the camera. Yesterday was a day full of productivity, but also like I'm in this weird stage of like, I don't want to call it lazy productivity, but like as the day progresses, I feel like I'm getting nothing done. But when I reflect back on the end of the day, I'm like, wow, I actually did quite a bit today. That's just kind of how my mindset and my actions aren't matching. They're not on the same wavelength. I'm doing things, but my brain is thinking I'm not doing enough. And that is actually something that I'm trying to actively combat. The whole, what is enough? What is with the nonsense of the pressure to do all of the things, literally all of the things. And I feel like if I don't do all of the things, then I am not doing enough. When in actuality, I'm probably doing more than enough for what I need to accomplish right now in this season, blah, 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 blah. What I wanted to tell you was, if you want to hear all of the things about like what I was intending on talking about, I was intending to talk about my changes in my diet and all sorts of different updates along there, as well as an in-depth look at what picking up the book The Daniel Plan did for me. I picked up the book The Daniel Plan last week, and it turned out to be exactly what I needed to hear at this current stage of life. It was really, really helpful, specifically the chapter on faith. And rather than reiterate and put the exact same words into two separate videos, I'm going to encourage you to go and watch last night's live stream, Wednesday the 19th. I will link it up here for you and in the box below, because I touched on all of the things that I meant to touch on yesterday, and you guys were like, no, I want to hear them now while you're on the live stream. So we talked a whole lot about mindset. We talked a whole lot about just kind of where I'm at with things. We talked about coaching. We talked about changes to my diet. We talked about how I'm actually doing with my fat loss, and we talked about what the Daniel Plan has done for me. And it was a great conversation that I hope was really informative to those of you that have actually already seen it and gave you kind of an insight into what's going on in my head. So I'm going to encourage you, those who have not seen it yet, to go back and watch that video. And the diet stuff kind of happened toward the end if you don't want to hear the middle stuff. But there's some great questions and great conversations happening the entire evening. So check that out to get all of the information that I had previously intended to tell you guys here in this video, but instead told you guys in my live stream that was on the same day that I intended to say it, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna let y'all go here. Thank you for watching. Take care. Subscribe for more Vlogtober, and I will see you tomorrow, which is actually today. Vlogception. Take care.